A team of volunteers is making sure that everyone staying at the Ronald McDonald House this Christmas can feel the holiday spirit. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with why they say they've been doing this for over 18 years.
Plus, a car show that did more than just show off the cars. Also, we'll take you to two of the many local shops celebrating Small Business Saturday.
After a nice and mild Saturday, we're going to turn chilly thanks to a quick cold front for our Sunday, but we still have a good mild stretch for the week ahead of us. We'll start breaking your weather down with first weather on the way.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A tradition of bringing Christmas cheer to sick children and their families returns to Joplin for the 18th year. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with 3 volunteers at the Ronald McDonald House of Joplin on how they're using their hobby of collecting to ensure everyone is able to celebrate Christmas.
A trio of volunteers reunites to bring joy to local families.
18 years. This will be our 18th year.
Stephanie Everett is a part of the 4 States Village People, a group of collectors that every year sets up their Christmas village at the Ronald McDonald House in Joplin.
Because we felt like this was something our club could do to bring some happiness to children and to families during the holidays.
Over the past 12 years, they've collected the pieces to help create the perfect display to put everyone in the holiday spirit. She is joined by other longtime volunteers, like her husband, Jim.
We enjoy coming to bring some joy to the family and to the children that are here. The Ronald McDonald House has been set up basically for a home away from home type thing.
The Ronald McDonald House is a place for families of sick children being treated at a local hospital to stay. These volunteers didn't want these kids or their families to miss out on Christmas.
Being Christmas spirit, I guess you'd say, and all the kids enjoyed it. I was over here, probably 20 years ago, and some of the kids was here, and I visit with them.
Although the village takes a little over an hour to set up, volunteers say it's worth it to bring a smile to people's faces.
So we feel that during the holidays is a special time that we can do something to bring a little bit of joy into the people that are facing hardships with health issues as well as being a problem with being away from home for the holidays.
They say they just want everyone in the community to have a Merry Christmas, and that health issues or other hardships shouldn't interfere with that. In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
The Christmas Village display will be up until New Year's. A car show in Webb City was held to help area children. The 2021 Toy Drive and Car Show was held in the Junkerville parking lot in Webb City. Anyone was able to bring a car to show off. The only catch was that participants also had to bring in a gift to donate. And all of those donations went directly to the Salvation Army.
I just thought about it. I was like, I'm a car person. A lot of people I know is car people. So I said, what better way to have toys to be donated to the Salvation Army off of a car show. So that's what I ended up doing. It took a little while for it to get off its feet and get going.
After the car show, a convoy of the cars left Webb City to drop off the toys at the Salvation Army. While many retailers were celebrating Black Friday yesterday with special deals and sales, a number of local businesses are celebrating today as Small Business Saturday. One of the many local shops taking part is Salty Sloth in Webb City. Opened its doors early this morning where some lucky tea aficionados got a chance to win free tea for a year. Co-owner Misty Winningham says there's several reasons it's important for communities to support their local businesses.
I think the mom and pop shops, the small businesses are what make our community up, honestly. I think it brings us all together. They're more prone to give back to the schools and the kids and the families in the area. So I think it's a big role.
Starting December 1st, Salty Sloth is having a 12 Days of Christmas event where proceeds raised will help their Joplin and Webb City locations buy toys for 3 families in each community this Christmas. And as we mentioned, several local businesses are taking part in Small Business Saturday. That includes those in Pittsburgh, like The Finishing Touch. And Santa, well, he's been a busy guy over the 4 states over the past week, making visits at several locations. And of course, He made time to stop by the finishing touch. While you were there, if you were stopping by, you could get your photo taken with Santa and even order some custom prints to send off to Grandma and Grandpa.
It's really important to remember your small businesses when making your purchases, especially this year when shipping might be hard to get things. Remember those people that are local, and they probably have it waiting for you in your shop. It means a lot to shop local. You're supporting those people that own those businesses, and you're supporting the people that they employ as well, which is huge for our community.
Small Business Saturday started about 10 years ago. We had a pretty beautiful day for all these outdoor events. Nick Kelly joins us.
And certainly temperatures responded to that after we had a cold start on our Black Friday and a kind of a chilly afternoon the other day, Chris. In fact, we started at 42 this morning and we topped out right at 61 degrees for this afternoon. So not bad for a late November day. We kept skies pretty much mostly clear. We've got a little bit of cloud cover clipping our far southern counties south of Grand Lake. And we're also watching additional clouds trying to come out of northern Kansas. But in general, the big story here, the northerly wind that's returning. That's because a cold front still is pressing on through, and it is going to set us up for another cold night. Most of us are in the lower to middle 40s right now, but everyone is still set to drop back into the mid 30s. 35 degrees for a cold start on our Sunday morning. Then the rest of the day, Chris, is looking okay, even with partly sunny skies and a light northerly breeze. It'll be chillier, but still a quiet day with highs around 53. We'll break down the week ahead because we've got a mile stretch ahead of us here in a bit.
I'm looking forward to that, Nick. Thank you. Soaring Black Friday sales this year may be a sign that we're returning to a normal holiday season. And what's traditionally the busiest shopping day for retailers could break records this year. An early morning MasterCard Spending Pulse report gives high retail marks. In-store sales are up about 40% overall. Apparel stores are up nearly 50%. Department stores up more than 30%. Electronics store sales, they're up more than 15%. And e-commerce gained about 5%. By noon Eastern time on Friday, shoppers had spent about $5.8 billion. That's $1 billion. And that is up 7% compared to the same period last year. And with Thanksgiving now behind us, people are rushing to get their Christmas trees. But big question, is it better to buy now or later? Well, Forbes advisors have some tips for buying your tree. They say trees are about budgets, styles, and timing. They say now's a good time for farm buying, and you're supporting a local business if you do that. Prices are lower near Christmas, but the best looks and styles might already be picked over by then. Of course, you can choose between several types, such as evergreens, firs, spruces, and pines. And if you're going artificial, any time to buy may be good. But right before Christmas or now, with Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, probably your best options. And we take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Sergeant Matthew Friend is currently serving in the Army and is stationed in Kosovo, his hometown, Joplin. We're proud to recognize Sergeant Matthew Friend, tonight's four-state hero. Remember, to learn more about other heroes or to nominate one of your own at any time, just head over to our website. It's KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, still ahead, New York's governor declares a state of emergency in response to rising COVID rates in the Omicron variant. Plus, President Biden announces travel restrictions in response to concerns over that Omicron variant. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is declaring a state of emergency due to COVID-19. She cites a high transmission rate in the emerging Omicron COVID-19 variant. Hochul says she's worried COVID-19 cases will overwhelm hospitals. Now, statewide, healthcare facilities are logging more than 300 new coronavirus admissions a day. Hochul says that's why she's empowering health officials to limit non-essential medical procedures. The protocols will start December 3rd and will run until at least mid-January. The emergency declaration also helps the state to get supplies more quickly. President Biden has announced new travel restrictions as health experts show concern about a new coronavirus variant. Starting on Monday, the U.S. will halt travel from South Africa and 7 other African countries. This, as health experts report, the Omicron variant is spreading through the southern part of the continent. Biden says he made the decision on the advice of his COVID response team out of concern about what experts do not know about the variant. Travel ban does not apply to Americans and lawful permanent residents of the U.S. Cases of the new variant have also been detected in Hong Kong and Israel. New research suggests aspirin could be linked to heart problems in some adults as the weather gets colder. The CDC predicts an uptick in new COVID cases. Naomi Ruckham has some of the week's top health stories.
For the first time in months, the CDC is estimating new COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths will likely increase nationwide over the coming weeks. The agency predicts Michigan will see the highest overall daily rate of hospitalization. New research links aspirin to an increased risk of heart failure. A new study in a journal of the European Society of Cardiology found that those who used aspirin had a 26% increased risk of heart failure if they also had at least one predisposition, such as smoking, obesity, or high blood pressure. And a popular treatment for hepatitis could also increase the effectiveness of antibiotics. A New York University study found the drug telaprevir not only made bacteria more sensitive to antibiotics, it also limited antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is a worldwide health crisis, making it more difficult to treat many different diseases. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Later in sports, the Frontenac Raiders are playing for the Class 3A state championship for the first time since 2017.
Plus, we are set for a cold night, but we're looking at, thankfully, a pretty mild week ahead of us. We'll break down the forecast next. It was nice to keep things quiet once again for today. On the heels of a cold Black Friday, though, we saw temperatures respond in kind because plenty of sunshine for today. In fact, we're still looking at quiet skies up top from our live shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just outside of Seneca, Missouri. In terms of what we're watching down the road, though, a brief chill coming our way for Sunday as we wrap up the holiday weekend. And we do mean brief because mild temperatures, numbers that we usually don't see for late November or early December, we got plenty of those numbers lined up for a good portion of next week. On the other hand, while we're quiet for much of the week, I wanted to keep an eye on a few waves. I could try to bring some rain chances our way, possibly Wednesday and certainly by Saturday. In the short term, though, we've been dry for Black Friday. We were dry again today. Look how cold it was for Black Friday morning. Lower to middle 20s, the coldest air that we've seen so far this fall before we bounce back up into the upper 50s. We hit the lower 40s. And middle 40s too for overnight lows this morning at Joplin Regional before we top back out around 61 degrees. And even though the skies are still quiet and clear up top from 7th and Range Line, the numbers have fallen since we hit our afternoon highs. 46 in Joplin with the north breeze at 6. It is making it feel like 43 degrees outside with the humidity at 58%. Most of us are in the lower to middle 40s, but you can argue a few spots still trying to hold on in the upper 40s. I say trying to because that westerly breeze we had throughout the day has turned northwesterly as we went throughout the course of this evening, but that breeze is staying pretty light. Despite that, and mostly clear skies up top, we're set for a cold night as lows will drop back into the mid-30s. The closest sign of rain that we have is deep into Texas and along the Gulf Coast as we work across Louisiana and Mississippi. That's because of an upper level wave passing by there. Around here, we do have a cold front passing through. That's why that northerly breeze is kicking in. But again, not a lot of moisture with this front. So we're keeping things dry for tonight and on the back side of the front as we go into tomorrow. But you see the upper level setup. Other than this cutoff low bringing rain for parts of the Gulf, we don't have any big systems on the way. So that's a good indication that at least for the next 2 to 3 days, this future track will show nothing but dry conditions and some passing clouds, of course, as we go throughout the course of the night. Still doesn't change the fact that we'll drop back into the mid-30s to start your Sunday out. Once we hit the afternoon, though, that breeze stays pretty light, and even with partly to mostly sunny skies, we will see temperatures warm up. But again, it's going to be a bit chillier compared to today. 35 in the morning, 49 by noon, and a high of 53. Our breeze light north and out of the northwest at times too, at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we go into Sunday evening, though, that southerly breeze kicks back in. We'll only drop back into the upper 30s and hold there as we go into Monday morning. And then that southerly breeze with plenty of sunshine on Monday will send us back into the 60s for highs. So Monday looks good and mild. Same goes for Tuesday. But by Wednesday, I want to watch to see if a quick wave can skirt along the jet stream. That could bring a few showers our way on Wednesday. Looking dry and mild still Thursday and Friday. Then sticking with Doug's pattern, we do see another system that wants to not only bring some rain and possible storm chances late Saturday, but behind it, our next best shot for a good cool down. But 53 tomorrow, 64 on Monday, 63 Tuesday. And temperatures staying pretty consistent in that territory, Chris. So we better enjoy these mild temperatures here because these are rare to come by for late November and early December.
They certainly are. And you said it best. We best enjoy them while we can because we know they're not going to last.
Isn't that the truth?
Nick, thank you so much. Sports semifinals today in Missouri.
Both our teams get to host today. Webb City at home against Jackson. Plus, Lamar meets Richmond, aiming to get back to the state championship game. Those highlights and more straight ahead. Today is the day the Frontenac Raiders have been waiting and working for. The Raiders are playing for the Class 3A state championship for the first time since 2017. Frontenac has one more team in their way, undefeated defending champions Andale. First half, Raiders force a fumble. Mario Mangini recovers for Frontenac, but the Raiders down 18-0 at half. Frontenac never found an offensive rhythm today. Riley Marks blows the play up for Andale. Raiders would punt it back to the Indians. Gage Prosser had a big day for Andale. Here he breaks loose, gets away for the 50-yard touchdown. Andale scores 35 in the second half to finish the game. They win their third straight 3A state championship. Frontenac finishes as state runner-up with 10-3 overall record.
Oh, we'll remember it forever. A great group of kids. Nobody thought we'd be there after week 9 or week 8. So to what they did to have the turnaround, the dedication, the focus, and just we played some really good football in November. And to get here it's only 16 teams are playing the day. Unfortunately, we lost, but seniors have a lot to be proud of today.
In Missouri, the Lamar Tigers continue their pursuit for back-to-back state championships. The Tigers get a home game in the Class 2 state semifinal. Lamar hosts Richmond this afternoon with a spot in the title game on the line. From 2 yards out, Joel Beshore crosses the goal line, makes it 13-0 Tigers. Still in the first, Keyshawn Elliott looking downfield, throws it deep in the end zone. Jordan Alexander with the catch. Richmond trails 13-7. The second quarter, Beshore quick pass to Austin Wilkerson. Running around to the near side, he takes it in for the score. 2-point conversion makes it 21-14. Later, big look downfield. Elliott heaves the ball to Alexander. He runs it all the way to the house. It's a 1-point game in the third. Lamar gets by Richmond 21-20 to punch their ticket to the title game.
We knew that this was going to be a tough game for us. Richmond's a great football team, and we just stuck together and focused more about us than them. And the ball bounced our way a couple times, and we were able to come out. That's part of being a team. Is you overcome adversity, no matter what it is. You don't know what's going to happen, especially when you're playing good football teams. Bad things are going to happen, and you're going to have to overcome those and find a way to win. And our guys found a way today.
In Class 5, Webb City returns to the state semifinal to host Jackson this afternoon. Webb City sets the tone early. First possession, Cole Vaden to Cade Wilson. Wilson finds a gap, takes it 35 yards in for the score. After the first, Webb City leads 14-0. Wilson, a big problem for Jackson today. 2-yard touchdown run, his third of the half. And then here, Vaden connects with William Hayes. And a few plays later, Dupree Jackson runs it in. 4 touchdowns on 4 possessions. Webb City dominating 28-6 at half. Wilson back to work here up the middle, his 4th time in the end zone now, 35-6 Cardinals. Jackson, though, plays a much better second half. Joshua Werenberg gets in on the far side. Cardinals defense gets a few huge 4th down stops late in the game, and Webb City is able to close it out 35-21. Cardinals are headed to the state championship.
Just having some success. That first drive was probably 80 yards, I think, wasn't it? And score. I think that gave our guys some success, or gave our guys some confidence. And yeah, it's been a different year this year for us. We've been the underdog a few times, and as I told our kids, I said, it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks around, wherever it is. It's all that matters is what the guys in our locker room, in our sideline feel.
The Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern women each play in their final non-conference games today before MIAA play kicks off next week. Missouri Southern at home against Oklahoma Panhandle State. Big win for the Lions, 80-52. Caitlin Honeycutt drops 18. Lacey Stokes finishes with a double-double. The Pitt State women also get a lopsided win over Missouri S&T, 82-57. Aaron Davis has a career day, scoring a team-high 20 points. The men also in action. Missouri Southern hits the floor against John Brown. Lions get the win 72-63. Winston Desiso steps up, scoring a team-high 24 points. Pittsburgh State gets their first win of the season against Baker, 68-50. Antonio Givens finishes with a double-double, 22 points and 10 rebounds.
Some excellent sports action today across the 4 states. I mean, it's a great way to start to close out the season, but football's not quite over yet.
We got one more week now. Final week. No teams can move on. This is the decisive game coming up next Friday for Lamar and Webb City.
Looking forward to that. Danny, thank you. We'll be right back. In Miami, have something special to be thankful for this holiday. Their bald eagles are having a hatchling. A webcam installed in a special nest platform for the bonded pair of eagles revealed the existence of a precious egg. Now, anybody watching the live stream available on Zoo Miami's website can tune in to watch the proud parents' progress. The Rod Magel Conservation Endowment and Wildlife Rescue of Dade County teamed up to build the new platform after a storm. The egg's parents have been a bonded pair for more than 10 years. I'm sorry, the only thing that was even slightly funny is we were just talking about the 12 days of Christmas and the volume of birds.
Yeah, like realizing on the 7 days of Christmas, your true love is giving you 22 birds. That's a lot of birds.
That's just by the 7th day. There's a large number of birds you're getting in that 12-day period. So, Danny, would you want your true love to provide, what was it, 200 some odd birds for Christmas?
I think I would pass.
You don't want 200 some odd birds for Christmas?
I mean, it's the thought that counts, but maybe not.
Well, if anybody wants 200 some odd birds for Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas is the way to get it. 12 days of warm, well, at least 7 days of warm.
Yeah, just a little bump on the road for tomorrow. A little chillier with highs in 53, but a good stretch with temperatures in the 60s for a good portion of the next week.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That is our time for now. Watch out for the birds. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for making us part of your night.